Hello, I'm Mark Evans with another More Minute. It's that time of year again, the heart and soul of jazz we identify with Valentine's Day. This, of course, is the premier jazz event in Moore County and one of the premier jazz events in North Carolina. It's been around for many years, led for many years by our friend Jan Schnell, and now Chris Dunn, who's been with us also many times in the past to talk about this event, is back again with some really exciting news about one of the most interesting jazz events that you could possibly attend. Chris, of course, is from the Arts Council, where he makes things happen. And I'd like to welcome you back, Chris. We do this every year, so Chris is a longtime friend of our programs and our More Minutes. And tell us, this year you have Delfeayo Marsalis.
We do.
And tell us about the heart and soul of jazz. First of all, we want to be sure, when, where.
It's our 33rd annual, and it's going to be February 10th, which is a Saturday at 8 o'clock at the Pinehurst Resort. It's in the Cardinal Ballroom, and we set it up like a jazz club that you would go in New Orleans or even New York. And we try to bring the best jazz musicians from all over the world, and we've done that for 33 years. You mentioned Jan. She is probably the driving force behind making this happen for many, many years. So this year we've got Delfeayo Marsalis. It's one of the Marsalis families. If you ever heard of jazz music, you've probably heard of the Marsalis family in New Orleans.
And I might add that Ellis Marsalis, who is Delfeayo's father, was a pianist, teacher, and he was a guest and was the soloist at this event back when it was called Jazz in January.
Right.
And that was so long ago, that's before I even was here in North Carolina.
Right.
And so I didn't get to hear Ellis Marsalis when he was here, but we'll be listening now for Delfeayo, who is a fine trombonist and also a very accomplished jazz educator. This is an event, by the way, which has featured some of the most accomplished jazz musicians that you can imagine. People like Herbie Mann, for example.
Yes, a great flute player.
A great one. Toots Thielman.
One of the best harmonica players.
Dorothy Donegan.
Piano and singer.
And just a long list of virtual who's who, and it's one of the rare chances you have to actually go back and meet the artists.
Part of the tickets, and tickets are $65 for general reserve, but if you want the best seat in the house is $75, the VIP reserve, and that includes a dessert reception after you enjoy the concert, and you get to meet the artist. There will be a quintet with him, but you can go up to Delfeayo and say hi, talk about anything, ask him questions about what he played. He'll probably be selling some CDs. You can ask him to sign the CDs. It's probably one of the best chances to actually get to meet the artist from the stage that you see. And you don't get that opportunity very often in concert settings.
Now, Chris, give us your official title with the Arts Council and tell us what the Arts Council does. Because this is a benefit for the Arts Council.
Well, I'm the director of the Arts Council, and the Arts Council is basically it is the leader of arts in Moore County. We actually bring arts programs to over 15,000 kids in the schools and after schools. We have a gallery that we operate out of the Campbell House in Southern Pines, and if you haven't been there, please come by. We have a different artist every month. We do a chamber music series at the Sunrise, and then our feature show or event is the fundraiser called Heart and Soul of Jazz, which is where we'll have Delfeayo Marsalis on February 10th. So this goes and helps us do all our programs throughout Moore County, which we've been doing since, 1973. So we've been doing it a while. So,
and of course, you've got some great sponsors
who
help, and I know you always want to acknowledge those sponsors.
I want to thank American Airlines for flying our artists here, Duke Energy for providing support. There's Kingfisher Events. If you haven't been to their property out in Laurel Hill, you need to go, especially if you love shooting or fishing. It's an amazing place. Wells Fargo has been a sponsor for the many, many years, and we can't forget Pinehurst Resort for providing us the space, the help and support at the resort and the Cardinal Ballroom that we get every year. So we have to thank our sponsors for doing that, but we also want to thank all the audience members, and you really need to act soon because tickets are selling pretty quickly now.
And I might add, because Chris and I have talked about this event year after year here on our channel, this is an event which sells out. And so you want to get your tickets
Yes.
because it's a great chance to hear world-class jazz, this time directly from New Orleans, and to enjoy an absolutely incredible dessert reception, to meet the artists, and to do all that and have a wonderful time on Valentine's Day. And while you're doing it, help a great cause, which is to help support the arts here in Moore County.
I can tell them how. I haven't
Yes.
done that yet. It's easy. You can call us and get tickets at 692-2787, area code 910, or you can go on our website, which is moreart.org. We are selling them online, but if you want to save the convenience fee, call us directly at the office and we'll sell them to you directly. No problem.
Well, I'm looking forward to being there as always,
Good.
and I'm sure all of our listeners will as well, because they have every
Yes.
year in the past, and this year will be no exception. Remember again the date,
February 10th, Saturday at 8 o'clock.
and this will be at the Pinehurst
Pinehurst Resort, right there in the Cardinal Ballroom, and just a wonderful setting. Come and enjoy yourself. It's Valentine's Day weekend. You can kill two birds with one stone by having something for your Valentine.
A great way to say Happy Valentine's Day. And this is Mark Evans also saying thank you, Chris Dunn, and thank you for joining us for this More Minute. And of course, on other occasions, don't forget to mark my words,